In today's gaming news, Divinity Original Sin launches this spring, Microsoft drops the price of the Xbox One, and Heroes of the Storm may be using the League of Legends free-to-play model. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Force with your day's gaming news. First up today, Divinity Original Sin now has a tentative release date, and it looks like it will be launching sometime this spring. This is the upcoming top-down, turn-based co-op fantasy RPG from Larian Studios that continues the story of the Divinity universe. The game is currently available on early access. You can buy in for $40, and it includes about 15 hours of gameplay, but again, it will actually be officially launching sometime this spring. No exact date was given, just that window. Now, I got a chance to play some of the early access and alpha versions of this game, and I like what I saw, but it was still very unfinished. And when I bought into the early access and played it, I want to say some month and a half, 2 months ago, it was still very much so in an unfinished state. There's lots of sounds missing for combat, which was actually very strange to play and have your wizard cast a fireball and just have no sound associated with it. But obviously that's something they have been continuing to work on, and hopefully they've been making good improvements. I'll be interested in checking up on this game, at the very least when it's finished. I don't know if I'll be diving back in before the launch, but once it's done, I'm really excited to see that final product. Next up in news, Microsoft will be dropping the price of the Xbox One, at least for those of you who live in the UK. Looks like we'll be seeing a price drop on the console starting this Friday, February 28th, from $430 down to £399. There is also a bundle that will be taking place here in North America. You'll be still paying full retail price of the Xbox One here in the States, which is $499. However, the bundle will also include a digital copy of Titanfall. Essentially, if you consider purchasing the game, you are actually getting a cheaper version of the console. So there is going to be a price drop again in Europe, in the UK, and there will be a bundle available for Titanfall here in the States and in the rest of North America. This is good news and hopefully a glimpse into the future of things to come. We would really like to see this console price continue to drop, and frankly, someone like myself, just get rid of the Kinect and let me pay $100 less. Now, I actually don't expect that to happen, and I know it's much more complex than just pull off the Kinect and the console's cheaper all of a sudden. You know, everything that they put into the console was with the Kinect in mind, so it's unfortunate. That's what I personally would like, because I really don't care about that type of hardware. It's a neat concept, but it's just, I don't know that it's been anything. I don't think I've seen games yet that have made me really want to try that. And I guess that's part of the thing, though. You know, not a lot of developers have put a lot of development time into the Kinect because it's not ubiquitous. It wasn't widely available, but now that it's with every Xbox One, maybe we will see better games, and maybe I'll actually care about the Kinect at some point in the future. It's just, right now, I really don't. And speaking of Titanfall, which does come in that bundle, during the most recent beta event, they ended up getting 2 million unique users. Does that bode well for the launch of the game? I hope so, because I played it, I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the launch of this title to get my FPS action on. Alright guys, and last up in news today, we'll be talking about Blizzard's upcoming free-to-play MOBA titled Heroes of the Storm. It looks like, according to a rumored article, or an article that says a rumor, that they will be following Riot's League of Legends model when it comes to how they handle free-to-play. According to an article on BlizzPro, they will be using the League of Legends model, which means rotating out free heroes on a weekly basis and allowing you to purchase individual heroes through the use of microtransactions. Now, this is all based off of a translation from a Korean press event, so there's two things to keep in mind. Number one, the translation could be incorrect, and number two, they could be using a different pricing model depending on the market, and that's something that the BlizzPro article actually alluded to. However, the notion that we're going to be seeing something similar to what League of Legends is doing is reinforced by the fact that right now, if you pre-order Diablo 3, you get a free Heroes of the Storm character. So hearing that makes me think that normally you'll have to purchase these characters. So what I want to know from you guys is, how do you feel about this? Frankly, between the two games, League of Legends and Dota 2, the two most prevalent MOBAs at the moment, I've spent the most time with Dota 2, and I really like the way that they approached it. All of the heroes were free, and the only things you could purchase were cosmetic, essentially. But League of Legends, there's definitely a higher barrier to entry. If you want access to everything, you're either gonna have to spend a boatload of time or spend some money to actually have access to all of the available playable characters. So if Blizzard does end up going the League of Legends route with their free-to-play model, how will you guys feel about the game at that point? And would you rather them follow the path of Dota 2, allowing you to have access to everything and only purchase cosmetics? I'd like to know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Now, even though I sort of go in and out of playing their games, I'd consider myself a Blizzard fanboy. Most of the time, I feel like they really deliver a quality product. But I can't help but feeling they might have missed the boat on this whole MOBA thing. It just seems like they're coming a little late. You know, if anyone can do it, it'll be Blizzard, and I'm sure there'll be an auction house that will ruin everything.